The Man Without a Head presents us with a whimsically dystopian society overrun by corporate interest. After a God's eye zooming shot through polluted air down to industrial and unsightly city, a radio show informs us that dance is a waste of time because it does not create wealth. It is not a cog in the machine of capitalism. These declarations go in one non-existent ear and out the non-other for our protagonist, however, who, after securing a date over the phone, leaps into an ecstatic dance, the movements of which are so clear in intent that one can easily read what his face would be saying if he had one. Despite his ability to express without a head, the titular man still thinks it would be best to have one for his date and heads out to purchase a visage. We come to learn that our lead is not some freak of nature, but rather that in this world, buying a head is standard practice. And some people will go through many different crowns through their life to keep a youthful appearance or update their look to the next trendy thing. With the dressing rooms, trying on of different heads, and discussions of facial fit, it's obvious that this head shop is an analogy for a high-end clothing store. Thus, the purpose of the protagonist's costume design becomes clear. Rather than dressing up once his date is confirmed, the man is seen at all times suited and classy, as if he was born in fancy garb. Thus, his clothing becomes not just a visual reference to suited dancers, but a symbol of his innate qualities. The suit is his face, and these faces are his suits. By reversing reality in what is commodity and what is without price, the filmmaker makes the costly signaling we engage with through purchases of designer clothing and accessories disturbing, and wakes us from our numbness to the now routine process. Buying and selling faces rings as clearly obscene to us, and it requires that we reflect on the fact that when we purchase wares of name brand, we commit the same act. Do not judge me for how I look or how I act. Judge me for the money I have, or even more cynically, the money I spend. And yet, even with the more morbid method of wealth signaling seen here, it's easy to understand why kind-hearted souls like the man could fall into the trap. Even those most jaded to superficial relationship dynamics are liable to find themselves with a glowy feeling in their stomach and smile on their lips after receiving an excellent haircut or putting on an outfit that makes them look truly stylish. As your body floods you with endorphins for playing the game and reaching for social status, no amount of intellectual poo-pooing can stop the evolutionarily encoded pleasure molecules. Sadly, these feelings will likely end up short-lived, as one discovers that their new look doesn't attract as much attention as the advertising promised, or doesn't suit them as well as they thought. A cold truth our protagonist must learn when he finds a head that fits him just right, but isn't quite his color. In the end, the man decides to go headless on his date, and is relieved when his choice is not met with any hostility or disappointment. His date looks into his eyes just as excitedly as she would if they were actually there. At the end of the short, the man asks if she would like to dance, bringing us full circle to the words of the materialist broadcaster at Open. Unless you're on the stage, dancing indeed does not create wealth. But what do people seek when they spend their lives on a quest to make money? Once they've reached a comfortable level of wealth to know that they aren't liable to starve anytime soon, their goals in making more are usually to gain social status, make friends with important people, and attract desirable romantic partners. Here, of course, dancing turns out to be more than a viable substitute for cash. It would be easy to reject a well-dressed, or in this case, headed potential mate who was an asshole as soon as you said yes to the first dinner and a movie. But who could turn down a second date with the person who gave you the dance of your life?